The movie begins with a villain confessing to Judy and Nick all the evil crimes she has committed, most of which involve framing people. But Judy reveals that she recorded every word the villain said. The news then reports how the first bunny cop, Judy, music and a street fox, Nick, uncovered a conspiracy by Mayor Bellwether using a toy carrot recorder pen. Nick is invited to join the police force due to his skills, and the two of them become the first bunny fox team in Zootopia's history. In the present day at the police station, Chief Bogo announces that today's target is a customs inspector who has been smuggling illegal overseas cargo into the city shipyard. He assigns duties to each officer that will help capture the criminal. He adds that Judy and Nick are not to participate, only observe how the veteran teams handle the case since they are still rookies. The chief then notices that Judy and Nick are not actually present at the meeting. Officer Clawhauser enters to inform him that Nick and Judy have already gone to apprehend the criminal. Judy and Nick disguise themselves as a married couple carrying a fake baby to enter the shipyard. They meet their target, Inspector Snootley, who tells them they can't be there. But Nick lies that they came to celebrate their baby's birthday and that the baby's wish is to have a great shipyard inspector, like him, sign their baby's clothes. As soon as Snootley is distracted, Judy tries to open a container to expose his smuggled goods. A voice through Judy's speaker orders her to stand down and wait for backup. Snootley realizes they are police and dives into his van to escape. Nick and Judy jump into a car and chase after him. Judy's reckless driving causes massive damage throughout Zootopia and even destroys a statue of the city's founder. They finally capture Snootley, but Judy catches a glimpse of something slithering away, something that looks like a snake, and she finds a few shed scales. While waiting outside Chief Bogo's office, Judy watches a podcast explaining that reptiles like snakes were banned from Zootopia and that the last snake was seen over 150 years ago. Chief Bogo unleashes his anger on Judy and Nick for the damage they caused and for disobeying orders. Judy tries to tell him what she saw in Snootley's van, claiming reptiles might be getting smuggled into Zootopia, but Bogo cuts her off. Because of their behavior, he worries he may have to split them up as partners. He assigns them to meet with a therapist, Dr. Fusby, who specializes in fixing dysfunctional partners, and warns that if they fail this assignment, he will have no choice but to separate them. Dr. Fusby tells them that Judy has a habit of taking the lead without consulting Nick and that she experiences constant stress while Nick is overly self-conscious. Both of them are annoyed by the therapy session, but they agree to work hard so they don't lose their positions in the police force. Everyone at the precinct makes fun of them, seeing them as a joke. As they head home, Nick is shown sitting lazily in his apartment, not doing any of the required work. Judy gets a call from her parents, who talk a lot, but she manages to end the call quickly so she can focus on studying. She gets distracted by the news and notices that one of the vans attending a gala hosted by the Linksleys looks exactly like the one Snootley was driving earlier. Believing there is a connection, Judy calls Nick to say that snakes might actually be in Zootopia. She believes they once tried to steal the Linksley journal years ago and might be trying again. Nick doesn't take her seriously at first since snakes haven't been seen in Zootopia for ages, but realizing that solving the case might save their jobs and finally earn them respect, he decides to join her in the investigation. They sneak into the gala in suits. Judy goes to the room where the journal is stored to keep an eye on it, and she bumps into Pawbert, Milton Linksley's youngest son, and they quickly befriend each other. Nick finds a shed snake skin at the gala and spots a hooded figure sneaking around. Before he can warn Judy, Chief Bogo catches him. The hooded person then reveals himself as Gary the Snake. Everyone at the gala panics and runs. Gary captures Milton and steals the journal, and Judy chases after him. As Gary uses Milton's eye print to try to unlock the journal, Judy enters the room and begs him not to hurt Milton. Gary hesitates and tells her, "Snakes never hurt anyone. Snakes aren't the bad guys. Milton is." He claims the journal holds the secret that will prove it, and begs Judy to give him a chance, saying it's his only hope of setting things right so his family can finally come home. Nick suddenly knocks Gary out with a pan. Unaware of the situation, Milton's children enter the room, and Milton orders them to kill Gary. He threatens Judy and Nick, saying he'll file a report claiming the snake attacked them unless they stay quiet. Judy starts a fire to stop them from getting close to Gary, and she and Nick throw the snake out the window. An unknown figure on a bike quickly carries Gary away. Judy and Nick escape with the journal and are rescued by Mr. Big, who now runs an apparel side business with Fufu so he can spend more time with his granddaughter. Mr. Big makes fake passports for them to leave the country, but Judy rejects them because she wants to stop the Linksleys. Mr. Big reveals that the Linksleys have always been involved in the underworld and that it is nearly impossible for the two of them to take the family down due to how much power they have. They were apparently the ones who built the weather pillars in Zootopia. Nick wants to flee Zootopia, but Judy urges him to stay and help Gary. With help from Fufu, they manage to contact podcaster Nibbles Maplestick, who has long argued for the existence of reptiles in Zootopia. Nibbles transports Nick and Judy to Marsh Market, an area suffering because of the Linksleys' plan to pave over it. They enter a sunken ship, which turns out to be a reptile hideout. Nibbles introduces them to Jesus, who refuses to help unless they eat the food he offers. When they force themselves to eat it, Jesus laughs with the crowd, revealing he was only joking. Jesus examines the journal, which has a metal cover, and tells them that a secret on the front cannot be seen with regular mammal eyes. Before he can reveal more, the Zootopia police department arrives, forcing Judy and Nick to run. Jesus gives them a boat to escape, explaining that he is helping because they once saved the city and believes they will do it again, which might finally convince everyone that reptiles aren't so different. Gary suddenly grabs the journal from Judy and runs off, leading Nick and Judy to chase him while the police chase them from behind. During the pursuit, they enter a water tunnel, but are forced to resurface when they run out of breath. Lost somewhere between Marsh Market and Gary's destination, Nick becomes angry with Judy for getting them into trouble again. They receive help from a pair of goats who tell them about an abandoned hideout atop the mountain that reptiles often use. As Nick and Judy climb up, Nick playfully teases Judy with her carrot recorder. They fight over it, accidentally drop it, and it breaks, upsetting Judy. It is revealed that the ZPD has been tracking them. Nick notices the officers trailing them and tries to warn Judy, confessing that he doesn't really care about the case. Judy responds that they're simply too different. Before they can resolve anything, the ZPD arrives. Judy is struck with a tranquilizer dart, but Gary, alongside Pallbearer, the same Linksley son who rescued him at the gala, comes to her aid. The trio escapes, but Nick is captured by the ZPD. Despite their pressure, he refuses to reveal Judy's location, leading Milton to taunt him before taking him away. Judy wakes up with Gary and Pallbearer, who explain that they have been trying to prove that Zootopia's origins weren't mammal-made. Instead, the city was founded by reptiles, specifically Gary's great-great-grandmother. She was betrayed by Ebenezer, who expelled the reptiles and paved over their homeland. Realizing the remains of the reptile settlement and evidence that the DN snakes were the true founders are hidden beneath Tundra Town, they head there to investigate. Meanwhile, Nick is locked in a cell across from Nibbles. She convinces him to open up about why he hesitated to help Judy, revealing that he deeply cares for her. With Nibbles' help, he escapes, but the ZPD pursues them along with other inmates accidentally released, including Bellwether. Desperate, Nick calls Flash to pick them up. Judy, Gary, and Pallbearer travel through Sahara Square, while the ZPD stays on their trail. They dash through a burning mammal festival where Gazelle and her dancing tigers confront the zebras, settling a score from the gala. Clawhauser helps Nick and Nibbles by tracking Judy's location, allowing Flash to speed toward them. Hogbottom is ordered to shoot Judy with a lethal dart. Hesitant, she accidentally fires, but Flash intervenes with his car. The group crashes into the weather wall, leaving Nick outside. Judy, Gary, and Pallbearer race to the top of the tower to activate a lighthouse that will reveal the reptile settlement. At the last moment, Nibbles rescues Nick from the heater in the wall, but Pallbearer injects Judy with snake venom and throws Gary into the cold. He admits he wants to destroy the original Zootopia founding papers, hoping for his father's approval and to avoid being seen as different. He leaves Judy and Gary to die. Gary's fanny pack containing the anti-venom, then heads off to chase Nibbles, whom he also poisons before cornering Nick at the top of the weather wall. Using his strength, Gary warms Judy while Nick and Pallbearer fight. Nick forces Pallbearer to drop the fanny pack, sees Gary trying to retrieve the anti-venom pin, and tosses it down to him just as the ZPD arrives and a fight breaks out. Gary uses the pin to cure Judy, who immediately rushes to save Nick from falling. Finally, Nick and Judy admit their insecurities. Nick confesses he longs for a pack, but pushes others away while Judy admits she fears being seen as weak and only wants acceptance. Gary cures Nibbles as well, and the group notices Pallbearer heading toward the lighthouse. Nick and Judy chase him while Gary and Nibbles confront the Lingsleys. During the fight, Nibbles encourages Wind Dancer to embrace heroism, prompting him to stand up to the Lingsleys successfully. Nick and Judy continue to pursue Pallbearer and ultimately subdue him with help from Gary and Nibbles. They enter the abandoned reptile settlement through the lighthouse and reach Gary's old home, uncovering proof of Zootopia's true founding. Pallbearer makes one final attempt to stop them, but is knocked out by Hogbottom. The truth about Zootopia's origins spreads across the news. The Linksleys are arrested and the main group is pardoned, with reptiles finally allowed to return. Nick and Judy strengthen their partnership and begin teaching other ZPD duos how to embrace their differences. At Gary's restored home, Nick gives Judy the repaired carrot pen as a keepsake. They immediately return to duty, chasing down escaped criminals, starting with Bellwether attempting to flee the country. Thank you for watching, guys. If you love animation movies, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching. Bye.